Alrighty, everybody, since it is 1:30 Eastern Time, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to simply introduce our presenter and then go ahead and give her the reins to review her presentation. So first up, we have Tessa. She is the Director of Enterprise Sales for Delegate Healthcare Solutions, which is a food and nutrition service software contract that we have with them and us here at HPS. So I am going to kick it off and go over to Tessa. Oh, Tessa, you are muted, it looks like. You might need to unmute. There you go. Perfect.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Thank you for that introduction, Christina. And hello to everybody at HPS. My name, again, yes, Tessa Setzer. I am with Delegate Food Service Solutions, brand new suppliers to HPS, and super thrilled that Christina extended this invite to do a brief webinar. With that said, topic that is relevant, Food Safety Modernization Act is what I'm going to be talking about today. I do apologize. First and foremost, I am in the Dulles Airport here outside of Washington, D.C. To take my flight later today back to Abu Dhabi. So if you hear some ambient noise, I do apologize. That said, I'm going to turn off my camera just to save on that bandwidth. No further ado, jumping right into it. We all familiar with HPS, who is Delegate, this new supplier. One quick slide overview. Delegate is food service software. So we began in the 1990s back in Europe to modernize, basically starting with the supply chain with technology for very large organizations that were doing mass feedings, cue the German automotive industry. So it was everything from getting, procuring food out to the delivery of those. Over the last 33 years, from procurement, purchasing, inventory, to production and meal delivery, the growth here in America happened in the 2010s with the major focus on the tracking of nutrients, allergies, and the individualized diet management. Currently, our application has just over 4,300 installments over the 3 continents in 10 countries. All of them cloud-hosted, web-based, and using them to meet unique requirements of their operations. Why I chose this Food Modernization Safety Act to present to today is kind of a throwback to my colleagues in the UE and what they're doing with traceability with the software. So I think it's an interesting topic, albeit maybe a little snoozy and clouded in a little bit of mystery. With no further ado, what is the Food Safety Modernization Act? It's basically something that started, Obama signed it into action in 2011 as a new authority to regulate the way foods were grown, harvested, processed, tracked, et cetera, et cetera. It was really the biggest overhaul in the last 70 years, and based solely on numbers. 48 million people getting sick, 150,000 hospitalized, 3,000 people dying every year from those foodborne illnesses. A little tag on to the Food Safety Modernization Act happened the end of 2022. In December of 2022, President Biden actually signed a new law calling it the Modernization Act 2.0. With all kinds of new overhauls. But really, it's about preventing foodborne illnesses, decreasing contamination, and giving new authority to improve response to those outbreaks. The background, this is might be old news to most, but food regulation safety started back in the 1900s. The first act was that Pure Food and Drug Act. After that, we saw this huge rise of the way that fast food, processed foods were being created in the 1950s, 1960s. And I think we're all familiar with HACCP, HACCP, which is the hazard analysis critical control point. And I just found this out from doing some research, but it all started with NASA. They needed a way to control the foods and the crumbs. So that started in 1960s, and then 1971 is when HACCP was presented to the food industry through the National Conference of Food Protection. And I think Christina might have mentioned this. I hear some beeps happening. If it is in the chat log, Christina, please just interrupt me if anybody has any questions, or we can save them all for the end. But if I'm not responding to you right away, I do apologize. Moving on, kind of the introduction, I mentioned it was put into law in 2011, really as an overhaul to the food safety. Major shift, again, what is contamination, but shifting from the contamination and preventing it, but how to, because we had been addressing it historically. Key components. I have the three major outliers of FSMA laid out here, but the basic objectives are the preventative controls. So what the Act does is it places a greater emphasis on preventing the foodborne illnesses by implementing preventive measures throughout the food supply chain. So it's requiring a food facility to have those written safety plans, performing their own hazardous analysis, and establishing preventative controls to minimize or eliminate that potential hazard. It's also giving greater control to the FDA, expanding their authority to conduct inspections on food facilities and implementing stricter regulations upon those food processing. Again, going back to the last slide, the response to contamination. So it gives the FDA that enhanced authority to respond more effectively to food safety emergencies and really enables the agency to issue mandatory recalls of unsafe food and then establish the systems for tracking and tracing those particular food items. And then the last part, the third one, the foreign supplier verification, it's kind of two parts. What the Food Safety Modernization Act did is placed that greater focus on the safety of imported foods. So as our world has become more connected, we're importing a lot more than we had historically 70 years ago when the first laws were put into place. Right now, the FSA has established overseas offices, China, India, Latin America, Europe, Sub-Saharan Africa, and they all work in concert with their foreign regulatory counterparts to strengthen the individual product safety. So it's really acting as a collaboration between the FDA, other government organizations, and then our own food industry here at home to develop and implement those effective food safety systems. It's really encouraging a way of sharing information and resources just to enhance the overall safety. The impact of FSMA on the food industry, and when I say that, I'm talking about here in America, it's quite vague. I had done quite a bit of research on this act in preparation of this webinar, and it's really it's quite vague. When I've asked who is under this particular new act, it says if you operate a business that grows and sells produce or processes, packs, manufactures, or holds food for consumption. Talk about an umbrella of who is affected in the food industry. What that does mean is new record keeping requirements are put in place. And then with that, is there an increased cost of compliance? Now, the act does state that you can record all of this historic traceability, either electronically or on paper. It has to be stored for 2 years, has to be retrievable with 24 hours, and all records must be made available upon request. So for the food industry, particularly those producers, things that they have probably had established within their businesses already, but now is just mandated. It's the right side of my slide here. It's all about reducing that risk of the foodborne illnesses to us, the consumers, the population at large, improving the detection of the response to outbreaks, and then increasing transparency and accountability throughout the industry as a whole. I found this little graphic and put it up here. Of course, I'm happy to share this deck with anybody, but it's kind of the action plan and the wheel of the planning. Plan, do, review, learn, and then plan, do, review again, everything that is under the FSMA 204. An interesting part about this new act is when we look globally, what have our counterparts throughout the world been doing? So every country, I shouldn't blanket with it saying every country, nearly every country has a similar global standard, a similar agency, accrediting body that will oversee this food safety traceability piece. It's all about the labeling, which allergens are there. And when we look to the European Union, they've been doing some of these things for 15, 20 years and have really stringent practices in place. I found in this research, America, we're getting an average rating on a global scale, and then Japan also getting that average rating is actually positioned to fast track. So they are a little bit ahead of us. What is the conclusion? I think the Food Safety Modernization Act is still growing. The law has faced criticism and challenges. Its implementation has led to the significant improvements in the food industry. And I think that is the bottom line. I think there's a little bit of mystery surrounding where this act is going to go in the future. How is technology going to benefit the food industry in all of these things of, you know, if the lettuce is coming from the farmer, which car, you know, truck is it moved on? Where is it getting distributed and ultimately on the plate to that consumer? My goal here at Delegate is to offer up technology, and really excited in conjunction with HPS to be a supplier that is well versed in the whole traceability supply chain and procurement. Any questions, you can message me direct, pop them up to Christina. Our HPS contract is 1031, and happy anytime to talk offline with all of the members.
Perfect. Thank you, Tessa.
Hello.
All righty. Well, we have Lamb Weston up on the screen. And
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christina. Hi, everyone. My name is Colleen Snyder. I'm with Lamb Weston. Today, we are going to be talking about some culinary ideations specifically for that healthcare segment. So as mentioned, I'm Colleen Snyder. I am your direct contact for Lamb Weston. I work directly with Christina. And today, I'm also joined with Danny and Miguel, and I'll have them introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. This is Danny O'Malley, and I am the Marketing and Sales Specialist here at Lamb Weston, supporting non-commercial and on-site business. Oh, and I have been with Lamb Weston for about 6.5 years. So I'll hand it over to Corporate Chef.
Good afternoon, Chef Miguel here from Lamb Weston. I've been with the company for 20 years this July, so you have the three of us with lots of expertise with potatoes, and I'm excited to show you what we have to offer today.
Perfect. Well, great. We'll go ahead and kick off. I just want to make sure everyone keeps their chat feature open today. We will have a couple pop questions coming out provided by Colleen Snyder, so please respond back to her if you can. If you're one in the top 5 responders, we will have some Lamb Weston swag available. And we will go offline after this webinar and keep you posted if you are one of the lucky winners, and we will organize shipping and all that fun stuff to receive your Lamb Weston swag. So please keep that chat feature open. So for today, we have 4 different items and 4 different potato categories that we will be focusing in on. Our first will be the Lamb Weston Supreme Redskin Mashed, which is our M22. We'll cover a sweets category, looking at Lamb Weston sweet potatoes 1/2 inch cut by 1/4 inch platter fry, and that's item number L8100. We'll look at the traditional fries, and this is our Lamb Weston Stealth brand 1/4 inch shoestring, which is item number S34. And then we'll close with a new innovation item, which is our Lamb Weston mini waffled hash browns, FC005.
Awesome, thank you. So our first item is the Lamb Weston Supreme Redskin Mashed, item M22. This is a perfect balance of comfort and versatility. Our products are considered best in class because we source from the best growing regions in the U.S., also known as the Pacific Northwest. And this region is known for providing great product yields. We also produce our mash using high quality ingredients, which ultimately provide a scratch-made taste and texture without the prep and labor. Frozen mashed potatoes can cost 30% less in finished cost than scratch preparation. In fact, Lamb Weston's mashed items ship fresh frozen, so that's no pellets, no flakes. These are real mashed potatoes you can cook straight in their bag. Just boil and serve. And now, Chef Miguel will show us great examples of how to use mashed potatoes in 4 different concepts.
Thank you. It's a lot to digest on all those bullet points, and what we've done here is bring it to life on a video so you can actually see it. You can tell this is during the pandemic. We were being safe in the kitchen, but we still wanted to reach our operators and show them how these products come to you in this packaging so you can see it. It's a little bit difficult to understand that, but this is a great product, like Colleen was saying. For me, for being in the kitchen, it's like grandma's mash. It's a delicious mash. And the big takeaway that I want you guys to take away from the products that you're seeing, we geared them specifically to your operations, is the use of these products, the range that you're going to see in these recipes come to life. Once again, look how simple the recon method is for this. Once again, I know we're having that difficulty of training in the back of the house and keeping our staff and also managing costs. So this segment is what we call our most valuable potatoes. So you're going to see 3 recipes, and you can go to our social media on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and just look at Lamb Weston for Chefs. That's going to be the handle on our name. So easy operation in the back of your house with existing ingredients. We have cheddar cheese. That's all I did was mix it in, serve it with a side of chicken. Now as a build, this is easy to use. Put it on your bread as your mayonnaise. That's your topper. This can be a brunch item, a breakfast item, an all-day item. Chicken is popular more now than ever. So just showing you the range of these recipes once again, right? Remember these key mash consumer wants. Consumer like to see skin on the mash. Butter and dairy flavors are key. Saltiness and firmness and texture. And then we're going to finish it off with one more recipe. This is kind of taking those trends of that sambal chili and just mixing it in to the mash. Now we're just taking it a little step further besides cheese in there and some ingredients. So once again, you guys have most of these ingredients in the back of your house, easy to prep. And if you already have potatoes that you're using, keep using them, but just see the opportunity that you can create something that it's friendly to all generations. And you're going to find something on our social that's going to inspire you to create something that is trendy. And also keep in mind, we have our lambweston.com website. We're always updating it with new recipes. What's cool about these videos is specifically on our Instagram, it's something that our time span is very small. So like I said, today, it's a lot to take in. So you can go back to our social handles and follow us and keep watching these videos. We post them weekly and we keep updated on trends that we're seeing coming forward. So once again, Potato Vision at its best.
Great. Thank you, Chef Miguel. Okay, so moving into our second item in the ideation today, we wanted to show our Sweet Things 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch platter fry. So this is item number L8100. And the sweets category is often thought to be in general healthier than regular fries. There's a nutrition factor that really comes with the sweet potato crop. So because of that mindset, the fact that this fry is also battered becomes an acceptable attribute. So if you think about it, battered or coated French fries give an extra crunch that majority of consumers really do crave. And we've tested out that it's actually the #1 attribute for consumers. They actually place it higher above heat. So think of crispy, think of a battered French fry for the #1 attribute. And if you, the operator today, if you're an operator on the call, if you're considering adding another potato item to your menus, please consider our sweets category. We offer a pretty large range of specialty cuts. We even actually have a sweet mash that's phenomenal. There's a ton you can do with this category, and it really adds a unique way to serve and catch attention from your consumers. And so as we talk about ways to serve sweet potato fries, it's really important to hone in and keep in mind consumers or visitors prefer to really snack them with dips and toppings. So we wanted to feature just a few top trending ingredients to use with sweet potato fries. We would also like to point out using this item outside of your regular feeding day part is a really great way to draw, further traffic into your operations. Or it's a great strategy in keeping, your staff, your current staff on site for lunch. So keep that in mind. Overall, sweets category, think of it when you're thinking about debuting a new menu ad. So we'll move on to corporate Chef Miguel.
We wanted to be a little bold on this one. Think of this as a crouton on your salad, right? Definitely delivers on that crispiness, the sweet potato. And all I did was just topically add some salt on it. And then here you see my chicken tinga. Chicken tinga is just chipotle sauteed with onion and a little bit of garlic and then a splash of tomato sauce. That's what makes that color pop. And then I just finished it off with some Mexican cheese, and then some avocado and some crispy jalapeno onions. This recipe is on our website, lambweston.com. You'll see the picture pop up here at the end. And then I just finished it up with the chipotle ranch. You already know that you can do something sweet with potatoes, like a dessert is where I'm going with it. You can pair it with an ice cream. So we wanted to be a little bold. Once again, this is a great sweet potato to start as a menu offering. If you already have another potato, we're seeing the strength come through where the demand is definitely growing for sweet potatoes. We're showing you a loaded barbecue sweet potato fry, just showing you what you can do with the sweet potato besides a dessert. You can topically season this. A popular flavor that you're probably aware of is churro seasoning. Churros are really popular. This makes this sweet potato fry really definitely pop. Try menuing these items at the same price as regular fries with dipping pairings to engage interest. That's something that I definitely like to call out a lot when I'm showing operators where, like, if you're just pairing this with the barbecue sauce, believe it or not, it's something that people just don't think about. And ranch goes well with this. So there's a range of sauces that you already have in the back of your house that just engages your consumers. And once again, the range of variety. And this is a beautiful item that is very, it recons great as a bakeable fry.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, so as we move on, we really couldn't roll out a product ideation without showing you all classic straight cut fry. So for today, we chose our stealth fries 1/4 inch shoestring. So this is item number S34. And Our Stealth Fries brand falls into Lamb Weston's newly simplified portfolio under the classic fries category. And what that means is Stealth Fries are non-battered, but they are clear coated. So hence the name Stealth. Stealth Fries, clear coat. The Stealth Fries is clear coated to really reinforce the overall holding time. And because this brand is considered premium, these products actually undergo fewer defects. They have a greater, stronger grading process. It's a high-grade fry, and they really deliver greater plate coverage, more yields per case, more servings per case, if you will. So another great feature to this cut with a shoestring is they fry up and cook faster. So this, in the end, really saves you that prep time. Overall, Stealth is king. This is a great traditional no skin fry that will really deliver and hold for you. If you're thinking topped and loaded concepts, this will deliver that crunch still for you and holds that heat. So when you think of a unique concept, think about this traditional fry, S34. So we will move it on to Chef Miguel.
Yes, and this is one of my favorites. Like you said, this definitely is king of crispiness. What you're seeing here in the top corner is our vegan Benedict fries. So once again, this is something that we know as a hollandaise sauce, but now it's vegan. It's an easy to make recipe. It's really popular on our website and perfect for your operation. You're going to find a good home for this with your consumers. And once again, it's something that you wouldn't see on fries, but fries have definitely been the comfort that everybody wants, everybody enjoys. So definitely it's something that you can make it a breakfast fry. You can make it that new hash brown. And then you're seeing on the bottom one, once again, all these recipes are on our website. It's a lot to take in today. Colleen's doing a great job on giving you the specs on all of our fries, and you can find that on our website too. It's going to show you the recon. Get a hold of her if you have more questions. So what you're seeing here is just pairing it with the sandwich that you already have, that you're making, and we're just offering it with the pesto sauce. It's something that you wouldn't think of. So what we did is just take some crushed red pepper, call them spicy Italian fries, a little bit of salt. I did crush the pepper a little bit more because it's going to adhere to that fry better. Once again, a great bakeable item. Remember the three main takeaways from the products that you're seeing today. Let me know the one that you're more excited about. I know everybody's getting excited about that one that we're going to finish off, but remember, these are great uses across lots of recipes. These items that you've seen so far, the mash, the sweet potato, this crispy fry. And once again, it's going to be easy back of the house training with these products. They're going to be great, bakeable, and then cost effective, portion controlling. And with our packaging, these are easy to portion control also. It's a great product. If you're not familiar with Lamb Weston products, you'll see how we deliver and everything that we're talking about today in the back of your house, because I know these operations it's hard for us to retain those employees. And with the care that we show from our plant, everybody, there's a lot of people that play into the delivering of these fries, right? And I think you're seeing it from today from us, the way that we speak fries. It's in our blood. But I'll stop talking and I'll hand it off to my team, and we'll finish off strong with this last recipe.
Great. So closing out today's ideation is Lamb Weston's latest product launch. It's the mini waffled hash browns, item FC005. So this spring, our strategy, growth, and innovation team launched its 5th product in that fully cooked heat and serve category. This item is bakeable. It's bakeable, which is huge for healthcare. It does not require deep frying. It's just a quick reheat. It has great potential to engage your guests. Hash browns have really gained menu importance in the healthcare segments, and specialty cuts can also drive interest outside of that morning day part. So don't think of this item for brunch or breakfast serving. It's got versatility and it's bite-sized. It's perfect as a side, dipped, topped and loaded, or even on the go. So let's see what ways Chef Miguel is expanding this item for your feeding channels.
So this is a cool little video to finish off to get you guys excited. This is definitely our exciting product that we're launching this year. 3 ways to share it. As a dip, all these recipes are on our website. The newest recipes that we have up as a sunrise slider. You can make ahead of time, hold them. Great bakeable item. Use it as a side with the dip, queso with pico de gallo on top, and then something indulging, nachoed mini waffle hash brown. So we're taking hash browns and formed them into something that everybody's familiar with, a waffle shape. But when you combine those together, it definitely makes you see the possibilities in them, right? I think we have a question.
No, I was just popping in the question for the little swag.
Perfect.
And I have some here with me. Like I said, I just baked these up, and all I did was just pair it with the ketchup, and I just sprinkled some bacon on top. And it's easy like that. Ready to enjoy.
Awesome.
So it's delicious.
Bite size. Yeah, those cooked up really well for you, Miguel. Thanks for showing those.
Can't just have one either.
Right, no. Well, thank you. So we wanted to close out and just reinforce what Chef Miguel mentioned earlier. You can find us on social media if you're not already following us. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we're at Lamb Weston 4 Chef. That is the number 4 Chef. We show more than just recipe ideation on here. We're really showing and cooking up product, different ways to cook up products that can save you time, correct ways that you might be experiencing, difficulties in your product, ways to kind of troubleshoot some of those issues. So we're really working with the operator one-on-one through our social media. We're posting insights, real-time things that are happening in your market and your segment. So check us out and, let us know if you have questions or you'd like to see something more. We're here. And we will close out with Q&A.
Q&A. As previously mentioned, I'm your direct contact for Lamb Weston. So my email address is there as well as Danielle's. And don't forget that all of today's recipes can be found on the Lamb Weston website under the recipe tab. And also all the items we featured today are on the healthcare program. So you can
Great,
pop your
thank you
questions
three so much.
Thanks, Christina.
Yes, if anybody has any questions, please, we'll take a minute just to let you guys type them in the chat. We did get a chat from Sandra McDonald that said could possibly use as a gluten-free waffle. I'm not sure, Sandra, if you were asking if they have gluten-free waffles available, but Lamb, if you have any comments on that. But Sandra, if you need to rephrase that statement or question, please do so.
Yeah, so let us know, but also Lamb Weston can't fully state things are gluten-free as we don't know when it leaves, our warehouses, what it's coming in contact with at the operation level. So I don't believe, I'll have to look into this item to see if we can claim it's gluten-free when it leaves our warehouse. But then obviously from there, we don't know what it comes in contact with. So just noting that.
Well, not seeing any questions, I think we'll go ahead and be able to conclude. We thank you three so much for the presentation today.
Wonderful.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're right on time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Perfect. Well, thank you.